This is, for me, this is a bit technical. It goes way more technical than I'm normally used to, but I do think it's very important. This is a reflex that's triggered by the vestibular sense that helps us keep our eyes fixed on a target that we're looking at when our head moves. So I can look at you while I'm talking to you, and then I can sit back and move my head, and I'm still looking at you. And then I can reach down and scratch my ankle, and I'm still looking at you. Now my eyes are being moved all over the place, but I'm not losing that gaze. I'm staying fixated on your eyes, because every time my head moves in a particular direction, it's my vestibular sense in my inner ears that sends a message to my brain through the cranial nerve saying, the head's moving back now, so the eyes have to drop down. And then in the end, the eyes end up staying in the same position, basically. The head's gone back, but the eyes are still pointing at you. And then when I come forward, the message from my vestibular sense is, now the head's going down, so the eyes have to come up. Earlier, you had to bring the eyes down. Now you've got to keep them up. Otherwise, you're going to lose sight of who you're looking at. And then, the head's turning to the right, so you need to move your eyes to the left, and so on. And I can move my head in all kinds of positions and stay looking at you. But that's a function of my vestibular sense, not of my vision. My eyes don't know where my head's going because they don't perceive that kind of thing with the same sophistication. So if I don't have a good vestibular system, when my head goes down, my eyes go with it, and I lose you, and then I have to look for you and find you again. And then when I go back, my eyes go up to the ceiling, and then I have to look for you again. And if you look carefully, many of the children I work with, especially those with those syndromes where vestibular dysfunction is part of the syndrome, many of those kids, if they're using fine vision, will fix their head. They'll go back and they'll lean against a wall and push their head against the wall hard as a way of fixing the head. Or they'll do this on a table or on their knees. Or they'll actually put their head down sideways on a table, like to look at a picture. And they may even turn the picture sideways so they're still seeing it the right way. Or they'll lay on the floor on their back, and then they'll hold the book over their head. And they're all strategies to fix the head so that they fix the eyes, because they don't have good control of their head, and any movement of the head snatches their eyes away from what they're looking at. And you see this behavior so often in children, but we're conditioned, especially in the education field, if a child starts doing this or putting their head on the desk, we come over and say, sit properly, put your head up. And those kinds of attitudes, where actually what you're doing by saying, bring your head up, sit properly, you're probably saying to the child, I don't want you to look at this anymore, so I'm going to make it really impossible for you to do it.